All right, hey everybody, welcome to the show. Or, well, my channel, it's me, Mo, and tonight, oh, you guys are in for a treat or maybe a warning. Today, we're counting down the 5 worst airlines you should definitely think twice, maybe 3 times, about booking in 2025. We're talking about the kind of flying experiences that make you wish you just stayed home and watched cat videos. You know the ones. Now, what makes an airline bad? Oh, let me count the ways. We're talking about customer service that makes the DMV look like a 5-star resort. We're talking about delays so long you could write a novel, learn a new language, and still be waiting at the gate. And don't even get me started on seats so uncomfortable you feel like you've been wrestling a bear in a phone booth for 6 hours. Add in those sneaky hidden fees, lost baggage that ends up in Narnia, and planes that feel like they were last updated when I had a full head of hair. It's a recipe for travel disaster. So, grab your popcorn, maybe a neck pillow for emotional support, because we're diving deep into the airlines that might just make you want to walk to your next destination. We've done the research, we've read the horror stories, so many horror stories, and we're here to help you avoid a travel nightmare. This isn't just a list, folks. It's a public service announcement. Get ready, because things are about to get turbulent. Alright, kicking off our list, and this one probably won't surprise many of you frequent flyers, it's Spirit Airlines. Oh, Spirit, 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 where do we even begin? They're like that one friend who says dinner is on them, but then charges you for the tap water, the napkin, and the air you breathed in their apartment. Their whole model seems to be built on gotcha moments. You see that super cheap base fare? That's the bait, my friends. That's the cheese in the mousetrap. They're the kings and queens of hidden fees. Want to pick your seat? Ka-ching. Need to bring a carry-on bag that's, bigger than your wallet? Ka-ching. Want to print your boarding pass at the airport because your phone died? Oh, you better believe that's a ka-ching. It's like a video game where you have to pay for every power-up, except the game is getting to your destination without losing your mind or your savings. And the seats? Let's just say cozy is an understatement. It's more like human Tetris. You'll know your seatmate very well by the end of that flight. And don't even get me started on the legroom, or lack thereof. I think I've had more legroom in a kiddie car at the supermarket. Seriously, if you're over 5'5", prepare for an intimate encounter with your own knees or the seat in front of you. It's like they designed these planes for people who can fold themselves like origami. The comfort level is just, well, it's not there. It's aggressively not there. You're basically paying for a suggestion of a seat, a hint of a flight, and a whole lot of buyer beware. So if you're thinking Spirit, pack light, bring your own everything, and maybe some yoga beforehand to prepare for the contortions. Next up, flying across the pond, we have Ryanair. Oh boy, Ryanair. If Spirit is the king of hidden fees in the US, Ryanair is its European cousin who somehow manages to be even stricter and, dare I say, more chaotic. Their reputation for delays is legendary. You book a Ryanair flight, you might as well pack a good book, a sleeping bag, and snacks for a small siege. It's not if you'll be delayed, it's how long you'll be delayed. On-time performance sometimes feels like a mythical creature with these guys. And the baggage policies? Hoo boy! They are notoriously, infamously strict. Your bag can't be a millimeter over, not an ounce too heavy, or bam! You're hit with a fee that could probably pay for another flight on a different, less stressful airline. People at the gate look like they're trying to solve a Rubik's Cube, desperately trying to squish their belongings into those tiny sizers. I've seen people wearing 6 layers of clothing just to avoid a baggage fee. It's a pre-flight workout and a fashion show nobody asked for. It's intense, folks. Really intense. Then there's the whole experience of actually being on a Ryanair flight. The bright yellow interiors that just scream budget. The constant announcements trying to sell you lottery tickets. Perfume. Sandwiches that look like they've seen better days. It's less of a relaxing journey and more of an airborne marketplace with occasional turbulence. And trying to get a refund or any kind of customer service if things go wrong? Good luck. You'll need it. You might have better luck finding a leprechaun with a pot of gold. So if you're flying Ryanair, manage those expectations, read the fine print with a microscope, and maybe wear your entire wardrobe. Alright, let's move on to number 3 on our list, Air India. Now this one, it pains me a little because there's so much history there. But folks, the experience can be inconsistent, to put it mildly. One of the big things you hear about is the age of some of their fleet. Sometimes you step onto an Air India plane and it feels like you've stepped back in time. Not in a cool, retro way, more like a, is this entertainment system powered by a hamster wheel? Kind of way. outdated interiors, worn-out seats, and tech that seems a generation or two behind. It's not always the case. They do have newer planes, but the gamble is real. You might get lucky, or you might get a cabin that reminds you of your grandpa's old recliner, and not in a good, comfy way. Then there's the customer service aspect, which, according to many travelers, can be a real source of frustration. Trying to get issues resolved, whether it's a booking problem, a lost bag, or an in-flight request, can sometimes feel like shouting into the void. The responsiveness isn't always there, and that can turn a minor inconvenience into a major headache, especially when you're tired and just want to get where you're going. And while the in-flight service can sometimes be warm and hospitable, reflecting that amazing Indian culture, the consistency just isn't always there across the board. From check-in woes to onboard attentiveness, it can be a mixed bag. You might have a wonderful crew on one leg and a completely indifferent one on the next. This unpredictability is what lands them on lists like this. You want to know what you're getting into when you book a flight, especially a long-haul one. And with Air India, sometimes it feels like a roll of the dice. We're rooting for them to improve truly, but for 2025, travelers should be aware. Okay, coming in at number 4, it's another one of those ultra-low-cost carriers that lure you in with a cheap ticket and then, surprise, it's Frontier Airlines. Much like their spiritual sibling Spirit, Frontier has really embraced the everything is extra philosophy. That $39 fare you saw, that's basically for the privilege of being near the plane. Want to bring a bag that doesn't fit under the seat? That's extra. Want to pick your seat so you're not in the last row next to the lavatory symphony? Extra. Want a glass of water? You guessed it. Extra. It's the ultimate a la carte experience, where even the cart seems to cost money. They've unbundled everything to the point where you almost expect a fee for oxygen. And the seats, oh the seats, they are famously minimalist. Thin padding, limited recline, and just enough space to make you question all your life choices that led you to that particular aircraft. It's like they're actively trying to encourage you to buy an upgrade, which of course costs extra. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them. And the amenities? What amenities? We're talking bare bones, folks. Don't expect free snacks or drinks. Don't expect in-flight entertainment unless you count staring at the seat back in front of you. It's all about getting you from point A to point B as cheaply as possible for them. And if you want any semblance of comfort or convenience, you're going to have to open that wallet again and again and again. It can add up quickly, and suddenly that super cheap fare isn't so cheap anymore. It's a bit of a bait and switch, and many travelers end up feeling nickel and dime to death. Or should I say frontiered to death? Too much? Nah. And finally, rounding out our list of airlines to avoid in 2025, we have Allegiant Air. Now, Allegiant has a bit of a different model. They often fly to smaller, underserved airports, which can be convenient if that's where you're going. But, and it's a big but, there have been persistent whispers and reports over the years regarding their maintenance practices and the age of their fleet. While all airlines have to meet safety standards, the frequency of incidents, unscheduled landings, or mechanical delays reported with Allegiant has definitely raised some eyebrows among travelers and industry watchers. It's the kind of thing that makes you go, before you click book. You want to feel 100% confident when you're 30,000 feet in the air, and any question marks in the maintenance department are understandably a major concern for passengers. Safety is paramount, and even the perception of issues can be enough to make travelers look elsewhere. It's not something to take lightly, and it's a recurring theme in passenger reviews and news stories. We're not saying they're unsafe, but the track record of reported issues is something you just can't ignore when you're making choices. Then there's the limited flight options and frequencies. Because they often serve smaller markets, if something goes wrong with your flight, a cancellation, or a major delay, your options for rebooking can be severely limited. You might be stuck for a day or even longer, as they might only fly that route a few times a week. This lack of flexibility can be a huge problem if you're on a tight schedule or traveling for an important event. Plus, their customer service in these situations has also drawn its fair share of criticism. So while the unique routes can be tempting, the potential downsides with Allegiant are definitely worth weighing very, very carefully. And there you have it, folks. Our countdown of the 5 worst airlines we think you should try your darndest to avoid in 2025. Phew, that was a journey. And not the fun kind with tiny pretzels. From surprise fees that'll make your wallet weep, to seats that feel like medieval torture devices, and delays that last longer than some celebrity marriages. We've covered the gamut of airline awfulness. Remember, a cheap ticket isn't always a good deal if it comes with a side of stress, discomfort, and a story you'll be telling your therapist for weeks. Now, this is all based on current reputations, reviews, and a whole lot of passenger feedback, but experiences can vary, of course. Maybe you had a surprisingly decent flight on one of these. Hey, miracles happen. Or maybe there's an airline out there that's even worse, one that haunts your travel nightmares. We want to hear all about it. Let us know in the comments if you've had a bad experience with any of these airlines, or if we missed one that you think deserves a spot on the no-fly honor roll. Your stories could save a fellow traveler. Thank you so much for watching, for hanging out with me, Ma. I hope this helps you plan some amazing, stress-free travels in the future. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, you know the drill, so you don't miss out on more tips, tricks, and maybe a few more roasts. Fly safe out there and choose wisely. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.